Hello and welcome to my next mobile dungeon video. We are at the new banner here. I just finished the tier list. I have the final result now, and I just wanted to go over a few heroes here. Of course we have the boosted hero, the Beholder. I just want to show how good or bad he is. I boosted him to level 120, also armor trucks as well as Atomic Seagull and Volinator. And yeah, so those are the 4 heroes that I'm gonna test a little bit now, but we can also have a look at the tier list. Of course, you can see I adjusted some of the older heroes as well, and Mercy is still at the top, even though she got nerfed quite hard, or yeah, she got nerfed quite hard, but still. Lilith also pretty high up, but that's of course because of her PvP rating. If you just look at the PvE rating, she's quite low at the bottom, or not at the bottom, but she's way lower ranked. And the Void Assassin here is pretty high up there. It's especially because of PvP as well, since if he dies, he basically can just revive, which is always nice to have on PvP. He got nice damage. Of course, it's hard to get talents on him. That's why the normal assassin still is better in PvE rating and in boss rating as well. We also have Arachnatur, who got nerfed by the Rotten Maul nerfs, so she's a little bit lower. And other than that, the next legendary that we have from the new banner is Armor Trucks, in my opinion. He's not that high up in the top, but still quite good ranking. Then we have the Atomic Seagull. The name is wrong here, but I will just change it. Seagull. And we have Volinator as well, and right at the same rating, I would say, Beholder. He's also pretty high up. And then we have to scroll down quite a bit, because the Drillbird is not so good in my opinion, especially because of his base stats, who are really bad on him, unfortunately. And then we have the last one is the Ramgor, who's just annoying, but he's not really that good in my opinion. And that's it. I will link the tier list as usual in the description. If you want to support Nicht-Peter for keeping this list up here with the graphics, you can donate him. Or if you want to support me, of course, you can use my creator code in the webshop. But we will now go on to testing some of the heroes. We have the Beholder here with quite some attack damage, equipment, and we have armor trucks here who I didn't equip yet, so I have to do that. We're just gonna give him some defensive stuff. Let's see if we can find a little bit of defensive with defense % or something like that. Would be nice, like this one. I just take this. We have to look a little bit, since I just equipped the Volinator with pretty good equipment, so this guy will not have that good of equipment compared to this to my Volinator, but still I want to at least give him a little bit. Or we just gonna take I'm just gonna make it pretty easy and take Hephaestus equipment here, because I don't want to look at my equipment forever now. And so the ring, where's the ring? There we go. So he has not that high of defense. If you compare this to attack damage, of course attack damage is always higher, but we will test him out, and also we will test the Atomic Seagull here with agility, and this guy with as I said, with pretty good equipment. So you can see he has more like defense than armor trucks. Of course, he has more talents. And we're just gonna go into like this stage here, and we have 2 heroes here as well to just be able to clear the stage. And now we can just watch the gameplay of all the heroes. I'm not going back to the tier list screen now, so if you're just here for that, you can just like check the link as I said, and we will just see how good the heroes perform here. He got quite some damage. He can be quite useful, especially because you can combo him with like confused or mute heroes like Headless Horseman or Murdering Machine. He can be quite good also in PvP, since you of course can get like talents on him as well. This makes it quite nice. And his first attack, which is kind of important, has a lot of damage, like 3 enemies with 100% attack damage, while he has like decent attack damage on him. It's quite nice to have. Yeah, of course he gets stunned here all the time. So but yeah, you can see like Petrify as well, which is kind of nice. So I'm at like round 45, I guess. 45. This is this guy here. Of course, he's a little bit better in PvP than in PvE. So up to the next one, it's the tank guy. I think this guy is really good. I might rate him up a little bit more maybe. He's really tanky. If you ever played 16D1 with not a high damage dealer team, you can kind of see how crazy his damage can get. Also, he will just stack up, will get more defense, like 25% defense if he has like full stacks, and then he will have Ionize, which is a new buff, which basically means he has 100% crit chance. And this combined makes him quite nice. Also, if an ally is below 70% HP, his first attack will trigger with like 1 round cooldown, which is also quite nice. Since his first attack is basically an AoE attack with like his damage goes down the more enemies he will hit, but he will hit all 5 enemies. And that's on a defensive hero. Yeah, you just saw like 100% crit, and there we go, under 70% HP. He just did that again, and he's basically clearing this here faster than the Beholder, which is quite nice for a tank hero. So I think he's really nice. So we will go to the next one, the Volinator. Volinator, of course, is for an epic, I would say he's really good, especially because he has like all the buffs for the team. He has death up, he gets shields, he got preservation on him, and also the lowest ally. And his damage, of course, is not that high, but still, he can also dispel debuffs from allies. He's kind of like a unicorn as well in it, which is quite nice, especially also for like Guild Hunt, the 3rd boss. He might be pretty cool, and I would say for an easy to get epic hero, he's quite strong. But now we will see how long this will go. Of course, you have to say for the Beholder, like a lot of nature heroes in this stage here, so that's kind of bad for the Beholder. The Volinator here has a little bit of an advantage. It's always kind of hard to like judge on a single stage. Like on this stage, this guy might be better. On the next stage, the other hero might be better. But yeah, it's pretty close to the same rounds here. And now for the last hero, we have the Atomic Seagull, and I will like give you a little bit of a trick here, and we're just gonna look for the soul here. And this is like a pretty funny combo. We will also take out Nerissa for this thing. Now we have the Irradiate buff, which is also a new buff, and this basically means we will reflect damage for the enemies. And I think with this guy here with the soul, it's kind of funny because you can basically, the more damage you take, the more you reflect on the enemies. This is especially quite nice on like boss fights, I would say, because bosses of course are way overscaled and they will deal quite some damage. And if you have like this debuff on, of course you will reflect a lot of damage. It's quite nice to have. But yeah, even like those two will work. I just took out Nerissa because I want to take as much damage as possible here, and Joanna's barely able to like counter this with healing. But yeah, I think this hero is quite decent. It's fun to play with like the new buff on him. But yeah, you can see like I'm quite struggling here on this map, so I might not even be able to finish this. But of course this is because I don't have Nerissa in it, and with Nerissa this would go another way. Also the enemies have sick on them, which is kind of unfortunately here. I still might be able to like barely able to finish this thing up, so yeah, it still worked out here. Those are the new heroes. Also, I wanted to like give a little showcase of Mutsun now. I ranked her way higher now in the list, and we will just like try to solo clear this stage here. And you can see she also got buffed from the latest like rework, and she is quite strong. So she's like one of the only heroes who can pretty much solo clear PvE stages right now. And this is quite kind of crazy, since she's not really on the radar for a lot of people. But since guild hunts, everyone who has her and play guild hunts knows that she's quite strong. And also, of course, she's a shiny hero, so it's hard to get her. But still, like, it's like crazy how good this is. Like, she just kills everyone here and heals herself for so much. She has the most agility in the game, and she has like 6 stacks, which also increases her agility. So she's like even faster than Mercy, I would say, in some cases. So she's quite strong now. You can see like 9k agility on her, which is kind of crazy. But that's it for this tier list video. I hope this helped you. I'm not sure how to really showcase heroes for you. Like, I could go in dungeons with different heroes, but this would take way too long to put it all in a video. But yeah, if you like this, make sure to also like the video, and I will see you in my next one.